subscribe. Tariq Radio. Watch and subscribe.
Brother Tariq,
Then,
Fletch.
what's up, man?
Hello.
What's up, man? Hey, man, I'm a long time listener, man. I ain't got too much on the topic, man. I just want to say thank you for everything you do, man. Thank you for the books, all that shit, bro. And keep doing that thing, man. FBA forever, dog.
Man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Wood. Let's get Fletch, you ready?
Yeah. I just had a question for you, bro. So I never like request to come on stage, but I did want to ask you. I don't know like your intentions, but why is it that you always ask people like, okay, you're gonna ask me like, Fletch, where are you from? Okay, I tell you, I'm from the Bay Area. And then you're gonna say, well, where are your parents from? Like, why do you keep on asking people where their roots are from, like their parents, their grandparents? Why do you do that?
Because that gives us an idea of who we're talking to, and that puts a lot of things in context and perspective. Also, that's a part of our culture. Part of foundational Black American culture is knowing who people are and who your family members are. That's
Okay,
cultural with us. You understand it? Because you're probably not of the culture. I kind of hear a Caribbean accent with you, right?
I'm most definitely from the culture. I'm most definitely like I'm gonna be so honest with you, Tariq. I can guarantee you, I'm actually probably more cultured than you are, and you're like double my age. But that's
How,
something else.
how
I
so?
just wanted to say I'm actually from California.
How
I'm from
so?
the Bay Area. However, I don't speak black like an ignorant black person. The person that you probably would expect an ignorant black person to sound. I don't carry that
What,
sound.
what what's an ignorant Black person sound like?
Well, you just like tried to single me out and say I sound like a Caribbean person. So that right there just lets me know that you probably, if from a black person, you probably expected a certain sound, and you're not going to get that from. Because I know how to act. My mother raised me in the correct manner, the correct way. So I don't speak ignorant, like probably how an ignorant black person would sound. I don't speak like that. But I do know the difference
What
between
ignorant Black person sound like? You haven't described what an ignorant Black person.
Okay, well, and let me put this into context. Let me ask you actually, what does a Caribbean person
And by
sound like?
the way, sir, the way you're talking, you're clearly not from a foundational Black American background.
I can get okay. Let me tell you something, Tariq. My mother is straight black, nothing mixed. My father, straight black, nothing mixed.
I don't
His father, straight black, nothing mixed. It
this.
goes. I just don't say. I don't. I know how to articulate myself. I don't speak ignorant. I don't.
Black from where? Black from where?
My all of my parents are from Cal. Everybody in my family is from California. We're not from anywhere else. So that stuff that you
Okay.
try to pull on these other
Okay,
people, you
sir, you are a tether. All right? You're babbling ass tether. Talking about all of your people are from California. You come from an immigrant background, sir. And you're ashamed to admit that you come from an immigrant background.
okay now let can I ask you? I'm not here really much to argue much because
We're
I know that.
not going to argue, so we need you to calm down. So you're the one all hyped up and stuttering and stammering. Calm down. Now, did your family immigrate from? Just be honest about where your family immigrated from.
You're kind of proving my point right now, and you don't understand it about the whole asking me where my parents are from, and it's fine. So let me tell you,
Ashamed of that. That shows you're not from our culture. Foundational Black Americans, we're not ashamed of our families. We'll tell you where our families are from. Sir, you're ashamed of admitting that your family comes from immigrants, sir. So why are you so ashamed of that?
Tariq, this is hilarious. It's hilarious, one, because you mute me every 3 seconds when I try to explain myself.
I'm not going to let you babble. You're not going to deflect and babble. That's not what you're going to come here and do. You are from an immigrant background. I even hear an accent. You got your parent accent.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious because I don't come from an immigrant
Yeah,
background at all.
yes, you do.
Um,
Yes, you
no, I don't. I'm from the Bay Area.
do. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you know that I'm from the Bay Area. My mother is also from the Bay Area. My father is also from the Bay Area. My grandfather on my dad's side is from Arkansas, California. Most of my mother's side is from Los Angeles. Okay, I don't do that. Like the stuff that you try to do with other people couldn't work on me
It's
because I.
you, sir, because what you're saying is that you come from an immigrant background, sir. You come from an immigrant background because the black people in LA either came from the South or they came from somewhere foreign, either Belize or Africa or the Caribbean. Are you Belizean? Because you come from an immigrant background, sir.
Okay, can I please explain myself? Can I please explain myself?
It will stop,
So listen, like I told you 1,000 times by now, I'm from California. So this
sir. You keep saying you're from California. That doesn't mean anything. Where did your family originate from? You keep being evasive.
let me ask you.
Sir, you've changed the subject every single time, which shows you are not a foundational Black American, sir. And that's okay. Why are you trying to cosplay as us? Fletch, just be yourself. Don't try.
What do you mean a foundational Black American? Let's start with the root. What do you mean
You
foundational
know
Black
what
American?
you know what the hell I'm talking about. Family, this is a one-on-one lesson. This is how tethers play dumb. Okay, this is a learning lesson. Family, this is a tether pretending to be dumb. He's not dumb. He listens into us. He knows good and well what a foundational Black American is, and he ain't one. So this is a stalling tactic. This is him trying to stall and deflect to come up with more lies. All right, you are a tether, sir.
Okay, no, please,
No,
Tariq, educate me. What is a tether?
you
Let's start there.
tether is you.
No, okay, and explain that. What am I? Like, what do
A lying, babbling tether.
Okay, I'm not here to be
You're
disrespectful.
a lying tether, sir. You're not from our lineage. You are ashamed to admit that your family immigrated here. You come from immigrants, sir.
Hey, Tariq, literally my family is from California.
Uh-huh. Are they black or Latino?
They're
Well,
black. They're black. They are niggas.
They,
They're
they came from somewhere then, sir. They came from somewhere before they got. Where did your family live before they were in California?
California, Tariq. We're from California, Tariq. My mother is from California. My grandparents are all that great grand.
Yeah. No, sir, it don't work like that. Yeah, you're babbling, sir. You were foreign.
How am I? I'm babbling, but you're literally muting me every 3 seconds because you're trying not to get ate up
Did your
on stage right now.
ask you one question? Did your family descend from slaves and freedmen in America?
They did.
Where?
Well, like that's my question to you. Why do you do that? Like that's why
Boy,
I came up here to.
stop babbling. Where? Okay, if they descended from slaves, where? Fletch, where?
Can I answer you, please? Like, if I'm gonna if
Where?
listen, I will leave the stage. I literally came up here to get educated, and I feel like you feel like some type of.
Where? Stop babbling and say, where were they enslaved? Where?
See, the answer you're trying to get, you're not gonna get out of me. I'm
Because
more
you're
black
a
than you.
foreigner. That's why you can't even say where. They're,
I'm from California.
yeah, they're not descendants of freedmen, sir. You would have a general idea of where they came from, sir. This is how we know you're a lying tether. Slavery wasn't really that long ago. We're only a few generations out of slavery. And by the way, I'm tired of you wasting time. You've established yourself as a tether and a lie.
You
So
literally.
thank you, because you're just talking in circles. That was a learning lesson, family. That was a tether. He cannot say where in the South his family is from because they're not from the South. All right? That wasn't a trick question. People out here, the Bay Area, most black people in the Bay Area, their families from Texas, Louisiana. Most black people out here, the families from Alabama, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana. Same thing. They would come out of here. They would come out here after World War II. There were a lot of black people here before then. It was black people who were really founding a lot of places out here in California. But you would still have some ties to the South. You would know who your Southern folks were. Yeah. See, we look as foundational Black Americans. We know our folks, and also that whole he kept saying ignorant black. So no, that's foreign tether talk. Making those disparaging remarks about black society. That's tether talk. That's a tether, ladies and gentlemen. And a lot of these tethers try to cosplay and fake the funk, and we're on their bumper and we can call them out. Chud, let's get Chud in here. Chud?
Yes, Tariq, I was going to say on your earlier point about black celebrities. Um, I was wondering, you were saying they were entrenched in white power. Now, I was wondering if you think that is in any way
Slow
related to the
down.
Diddy issue.
Slow down. I can barely hear you. You're whispering and you got a janky ass phone. Can we do something about the janky phone? You got some kind of earpiece or something in there? Chud, let's do something about that. Okay, he got out. Okay. He left out on his phone was horrible. All right, you got to do something about your phone, man. I just couldn't understand what he was saying. Frankie, what's up, Frankie?
Hey, Tariq, what's up, bro?
I'm good. What's happening?
Hey, what's up, bro? No, just breaking this all down. There has to be objective evidence as to the allegations.
Right.
And listen, I've been down rabbit holes. I've been down rabbit holes that like I was wrong on. I'm like, what the frick was I doing down this rabbit hole, you know? But there has to be objective evidence. And that's the problem with a lot of things today. Like, give people objective evidence. Now, the problem is the media doesn't always report on objective things, which is why there are people and groups and spaces speculating on things. It's like, does it have to be on CNN or MSNBC to be considered real? Like, Tyreek, you might break something. Is that real? That's the problem. Like, nobody right now, and I'm just saying this as a third party person.
Right.
I'm done, man. Like, I can't argue anymore. I'm toast, man. You know, I got to move to Italy, by the way. A little, olio olio pasta is nothing better, by the way.
So much. Okay, now he babbling. All right. I don't want no babbling in here. But with the Jay-Z thing, let's get back into the Jay-Z thing. Think about the Jay-Z situation. Look, that ties into a bigger picture. We got to look at the bigger play here. The Jay-Z Diddy situation, the Daniel Penny situation. There's this whole big push to kind of regulate black people from all spectrums and sectors of society. With the Daniel Penny thing, that was supposed to, I guess, put us on notice that, hey, all of us are vulnerable and we can be attacked. The highest of the high black person and the lowest of the low homeless black person, you can be attacked by suspected white supremacist vigilantes, and there's a system that's going to protect those vigilantes. And if you are a rich, well-to-do black person, there's a system that will take your funds and take your money and smear you just based on I'm white and I say so. Because all of this is based on I'm white and I say so. A white lawyer can just walk up and say, hey, I'm white and I say so, and there's some allegations against this person that he did something 30 years ago. We have zero proof, but I'm white and I say so, and then the media goes along with it. A black lawyer couldn't do that. You couldn't do that to a white entertainer. You couldn't say this white entertainer did such and such to this black person or whatever. But no, they would give the white entertainer the benefit of the doubt because they're on code. So there's messaging being sent that the dominant white society, they're on code with each other. And the name of the game is to let Black folks know that you are going to be in check from all spectrums of society. This ties into that declining birth rate thing. I want y'all to understand where this is coming from. I want to get deep with this for a minute to let y'all know where all of this is really coming from, because see, you got the white birth rate declining, and they are going to have to really consolidate their power as a minority. So what they want to do, they want to figure out how to run this thing like the South African apartheid state, how you can have a black so-called majority and a white minority, and you still hold the levers of power. You have to be more violent. You have to be more um, aggressive with targeting black folks and using your system to take black folks down. So there's a lot of reasons why they're tightening their grip on Black America right now. Because number one, it's the demographics. Those birth rates are going down. And, our birth rates are pretty steady. And also the growing influence of foundational Black American culture, you see. And also what they need to do, they have to get major Black people like the Jay-Z's and Diddy's, some of the top ranking Black folks, and then use them as an example like they would do on plantations. We would have to get some um, big strapping buck and then break him down and whip him in front of everybody to get all the other slaves in line. And you get the biggest one, the most prominent one, and make an example out of them. You see? And then what they got to do, they got to weaponize the criminal justice system. Have these I'm white and I say so laws, these unjust laws that disproportionately target us. They have to over police our communities, but under police the dominant society. So when they harm us, they are heroes. If we protect ourselves, well, damn it, we're extremists. So they're weaponizing the criminal justice system against us, and also using that media, that white media, the way they portray us is very interesting. They portray us in a couple of ways. Either um, with Black women, they portray us a couple of ways, and Black men, they portray us a couple of ways. With Black men, they portray you as an inarticulate, thuggish brute. That's one. That's where the whole sexual predator thing comes in. They've always had that ideology and that image. Also, either they're going to portray you as that, or they're going to portray you as a non-threatening eunuch. So you got to be Billy Porter. You got to be some dainty, moist dude who's not a threat. Then they'll kind of accept you to a certain degree. But you can't be a moist dude and a brute and a ladies' man. See, that's why they got Puffy, because they said Puffy's up here with dudes and women and all that, but he's with everybody. So they're like, yeah, we just got to get him. So yeah, he's laying up with everything that ain't screwed down. So yeah, we got to really get at him. So yeah, the media narrative, they're using that as a tool of control. And with the women, they got to show the women as either some big husky Aunt Jemima mammy. They got to show you big and husky, which makes you sexually non-threatening. That's why they would portray and parade Gabby Sidibe around and people like that. They got to make you seem sexually unappealing in the mainstream media as compared to white women. Or they're going to show you as a mammy. They're going to show you as an angry stud feminist. They're going to show you as, if they show you with any type of desirability, you're going to have to be a bed wench. All right, so if they show the Candace Owens, they're going to show you and your zaddy. They got to make sure you are a bed wench. When they promote shows with like Kerry, what's her name? Kerry Washington, they got to, that bed wench show she was on, that's the image they want of decent looking Black women. If you are a decent looking Black woman, they have to portray you as a bed wench. And if you are an okay looking Black woman who's not overweight and you're not a bed wench, they're going to show you as a super hood rat. They're going to show you as Sexy Red and Sukihana and Glorilla. They got to show you as the super hypersexual hood rat. And those are basically the only images that they show of us in the mainstream media. And when something happens to us, and that's the image that's being shown in the media, people are like, well, damn it, good riddance. You see? So a lot of things we got to watch out for. Another reason why they're tightening their clamps and the grips on Black society, they got to suppress Black economic independence. You see? Whenever we start talking about building something, it gets attacked. That's the whole theme of what I'm talking about. When we start building something, we better have strong grassroots support, or we will better have some real cool white allies who can shield us from the shrapnel that they throw on us. But when we are starting to get our own Black economic independence game popping, they come up with so many ways to sabotage it. Down in Houston, I was just down there, that turkey leg hut, which was wildly successful. They were just for years targeting that place, and they finally got them shut down in some of the locations, from what I understand. This place was doing phenomenal business, and they were just going out of their way to sabotage these folks. You see? And that happens with a lot of our businesses. Y'all hear back in my Mac lessons days, I would talk to some of the business owners, the Black business owners in Chicago, and these guys would have businesses, and they would get hit with fines for noise ordinances, smoke ordinances. They would come up with all of these different little janky ways to target the Black entrepreneurs, and they still do it. They're going to start doing that even more heavily. So this is why we got to be very supportive of a lot of people within our community who's doing the right thing. Another thing they want to do, again, they want to neutralize our cultural influence. This is why we keep getting bogged down with tethers. They want to minimize our cultural influence by having a lot of non-FBAs portray us. That's why when you look at movies and TV shows, they go out of their way to get a lot of British and African actors to portray us in our icons. That's deliberate. That's an erasure tactic. So neutralizing people's cultural influences, that's a form of warfare. That's not innocent, family. That's not an innocent thing when they're not allowing you to portray yourself or portray your community. Because when we blow up from playing some of these roles, a lot of us, we go back out in the community and we look out. We start uplifting other people. That's what we do. As foundational Black Americans, usually when we get on, we pull other people up. Shout out to like the Keenan Ivory Wayans. He done put his whole family in the game. Wildly successful. He put a whole bunch of people on. Remember, Keenan put Jamie Foxx on, Tommy Davidson on, David Allen Greer on. He put on white people. Jim Carrey, huge superstar. He had to give thanks to Keenan Ivory Wayans. So they put on a lot of people, but Keenan got put on by Eddie. Eddie Murphy put on a whole bunch of people. Eddie Murphy doesn't get enough credit. Put on Arsenio, the Wayans, Chris Rock. There's so many people. You see, we bring people in, we put them on when we get our foot in the door. You see, our artists, our music artists, they do the same thing. Our music artists put on a lot of folks. Prince, Prince put on a whole gang of people. The Time, Sheila E., just so many people. And that cultural erasure is a very real thing. That's why we got to combat that. Also, another thing that they do, they try to create psychological barriers. Yeah? They create this sense of hopelessness by attacking the Jay-Z's and attacking the Diddy's, and then you're attacking homeless Black people. They try to run a psyops on us to make it seem like our lot in life is hopeless. We ain't got no sanctuary. No, let me tell you something, man. We get on code, we're good. All we got to do is get on code. We can stop these people from systematically harming us. Once enough of us get on code, we can stop that stuff. But we got to find out who's off code. In order to get on code, we got to find out the people who are off code. That's where we start looking at the tether class and watching what they're doing as it relates to them aligning themselves with white supremacy. And another thing they want to do is kind of stifle our political mobilization. You see, when we start talking about getting things tangible from the political arena, they actually paid people to shout us down with that. You understand? They put more money into paying people to shout us down than it would have been cheaper for them to just give us our damn money. All the billions they lost with Kamami and the Democrats and all of that, they've thrown away billions of dollars, man. Some of that money could just went to us and we could have been all cool in the game. We could have been building over here, but the name of the game is trying to suppress us. So we're going to get on code and counter this stuff. It's very important that we get on code and counter this. We're not hopeless, ladies and gentlemen. There's ways we can counter this. One of the ways we can establish economic independent systems where the grassroots are heavily supportive. Yeah? Because if you don't have some white allies, just get you some strong grassroots support. But the grassroots, we got to get on code. Stop hating. When you see somebody shining, let's get these haters out the mix. This is why I tell people, stop coming up with ways and reasons to hate on a black person because they're doing good. Like the other day, I had a guy call in talking about, well, Jay-Z, man, he bad people. Jay-Z, they be practicing Satanism. Yeah, come on, man. Let's cut that out. Cut that out, man. That's off code. Cut it out. Let's cut that Illuminati bullshit out. Because this is serious. This affects all of us. This type of stuff affects all of us. We got to be on code, man. We can't sit up here celebrating when the dominant society is taking down or trying to take down a prominent black person because they're on code with each other. That's not something you co-sign so that you can get some kind of psychological rush like, damn, good, because I didn't have that money, so he need to be back broke like me. No, that's hater shit. Be on code and say, hey, we don't want no black folks being attacked like that, especially from our lineage, and we got to look out. Also, what we need to do, man, we got to start strengthening that digital and media infrastructure. So, what we're doing now, see, we're the media here. We got to strengthen that. We got to put this stuff out. Yeah. We have to control the narratives. We can't believe everything that the damn mainstream media says to us because most of the stuff they say are lies. So, we have to listen to some of these grassroots voices like us over here, like Sister Wani and Brother Allen, and some of these people who's chopping up real good game on a daily basis, giving you real information. Y'all need to be listening to us over here on the grassroots. Professor Black Truth, the Black Authority, Vicky Dillard, so many other people. Brother Phil Scott, giving you real information that you can utilize without the filter of the dominant society. So we really got to start signal boosting those messages. Also, we got to start developing community defense networks, man. We got to start really, really um, looking out for each other defensive wise and have our own little neighborhood watch programs and self defense education, family. We got to know how to throw them things. You know what I'm saying? We got to know how to throw them things. So if a Daniel Penny sneak up on us, we better know how to take his goddamn finger off. I had my brother Michael Jai White over here at the crib, and we were doing a live, and we were talking, and I asked him about if somebody chokes you from behind, what's the best way to get out of it? He was like, yeah, you can get out of it. What you do, you get one of their fingers and you make his finger your finger. Take the damn finger off. They'll let you go. So yeah, we got to know, we got to start getting back to knowing how to throw them things and protect ourselves and use defense mechanisms. Because, back in the day, y'all remember back in the 70s, cats were in martial arts heavy. I don't know, we got out of that for some reason. But cats were into martial arts heavy back in the day. Back in the 70s, early 80s, cats were doing martial arts. You had the boxing. Cats they were doing the boxing. That was a thing. We don't really see that like we used to. Probably because dudes be at home on the damn Xbox boxing on that. No, we got to get these kids off these damn Xboxes and get them out here in the physical world so they can physically protect them damn selves. You dig? That Call of Duty ain't gonna cut it. Grand Theft Auto ain't gonna cut it. You better put these kids up in some classes. Yeah. Because, yeah, you got these Daniel Pennies out here. They ain't on the internet like that. They ain't on Call of Duty. They're up here training and getting military training to use that training against our most vulnerable. Yeah. So we got to be on that thing where we're looking out for each other and we can look out for ourselves. And if you see something like a Daniel Penny on a train, the last thing you do is sit up and let it happen. Now, I understand most of the people on that train, most of those, quote, melanated people of color were tethers, and that's why we get on their bumper. But the FBA family, y'all know better. Y'all know good and well that ain't some shit we'll sit around and let happen at all. And it generally doesn't happen around us like that. You see, this is why we get on those tethers heavy. I ain't letting up off them. Shame on any tether that was on that train when Daniel Penny was lynching that man. And them tethers sat back, not only looking, some of them were helping. Let's be very honest. That's why I do not let up off these tethers bumper at all. You are not getting let up off that shit from me. Because y'all sit up and let some foul shit go down. I'm telling you. They sitting up here talking about people of color. We ain't got no people of color. I'm all about lineage. If you ain't from my lineage, I'm questioning you. You got to show and prove. Yeah. So what we got to do, man, we got to start engaging in counter psychological warfare, man. We got to have damn near debriefing. We need some mental health therapy. We really need that. We need our good sister Dr. Welsing was a psychiatrist. We need more people like that. We need more people. And again, people have to make a living. We have to paper them up. When we have people who are our psychiatrists, who are our herbalists, we got to make sure that they got the money and the resources they need to operate. We can't give all our money to the strip joints. We can't give all our money to the Korean hair stores. We got to start looking out for the people in the community who are doing good work and doing regular services. So we got to make sure that they got the right resources that they need. And we need psychological, mental health professionals within our community to really sit down and talk to folks and really get people's minds right. So there's a lot of things that we can do to combat this stuff.
Get ready to celebrate the holidays in style. Join us for the Arati Sussy Holiday Season Celebration at the Hidden History Museum in Los Angeles, Saturday, December 21st, 2024, 7 p.m. sharp. Enjoy complimentary dinner and drinks while you laugh the night away. Hosted by Tariq Nasheed and Dwan B. Featuring hilarious performances from Big Jaw, Kevin Tate, Henry Coleman, and more. Tickets are going fast, so don't wait. Visit hiddenhistorymuseum.com to reserve your spot. Don't miss the most festive night of the season. hiddenhistorymuseum.com.